Good afternoon, everyone. We are excited to walk you through an increasingly vital approach in second language education, content-based instruction, or CBI. Think about how we all naturally use language. We don't just study grammar rules in isolation. We use language as a tool to learn, communicate, and solve problems in the real world. That philosophy is the heart of CBI. Over the next few minutes, we will define CBI, explore its models, discuss its benefits, and address the implementation challenges. So, what exactly is CBI? At its core, it's an integrated approach where the content, the subject matter, like history, science, or literature, is the driving force of the curriculum, not the language itself. As you can see on the slide, we view language not as the object of study, but as the medium through which students acquire academic knowledge. They are learning the language by using it to learn something else. This contrasts sharply with traditional methods where, say, a student might spend a month learning the simple past tense without any meaningful context. In CBI, they might use the simple past tense to discuss and write a paper on the history of the Roman Empire.
CBI is built upon three fundamental principles that make it so effective. First, it is fundamentally learning-centered. This means that the content selected must be engaging and relevant to the students' lives, which naturally increases their motivation and participation. Second, it champions integrated skills. Instead of separating reading, writing, listening, and speaking into rigid books, CBI mimics real life where you might read an article, reading, discuss it with peers, speaking, take notes, writing, and listening to a lecture, listening, all within one class period. And third, it demands the use of authentic materials. This means using real news articles, documentaries, academic texts, or scientific reports rather than just sanitized, simplified textbook extracts. This prepares the learners for the language they will encounter in higher education or professional settings. It is important to understand that CBI isn't a single rigid model. It operates on a continuum, which dedicates a balance between content goals and language goals. If you look at our chart, on one end you have highly content-driven programs, like those where no native speakers are placed directly into a regular biology class with minimal language support. The priority is mastering the subject matter. On the other end, you have language-driven programs, like our team-based approach we will discuss later, where the topic is interesting but the main goal is to still develop specific linguistic skills. Most successful CBI programs, however, aim for a balanced approach, seeking to achieve both content mastery and language proficiency simultaneously.
So now let's dive into the three main models used to implement content-based instruction. These models are defined by how the content and language classroom interact. Our first model is theme-based instruction. This is the most common model, especially in foreign language settings. Here, the class is taught by a language teacher who organizes the syllabus around a central engaging theme. The teacher selects content materials related to the theme, and students learn specific vocabulary, grammar, and rhetorical structures as they discuss and analyze the thematic content. The driving force is language development, but the rich theme provides the essential context. A key feature is its flexibility. Teachers can easily swap themes based on student interest or current global events. The second model is sheltered instruction, which is widely used in K-12 contexts, particularly in the United States, to support English language learners, or ELLs. The goal is straightforward. Allow ELLs to access and master complex, grade-level content, for example, US history or geometry. without having the full linguistic proficiency of their native speaking peers. The teacher, who is often a subject matter specialist, uses special techniques to make the content comprehensible. This means reducing speech rate, using clear visual aids, giving hands-on activities, and providing explicit scaffolding to ensure understanding. So, Shelter Instruction Observation Protocol is the most famous framework for this approach.
Moving to our third model, the agent model is primarily seen in university or intensive English programs, as the slide illustrates with the linked buildings. In this setup, students simultaneously enroll in two separate but linked courses: a regular content course like Introduction to Philosophy and a language course designed specifically to support it. The language class focuses only on the text, vocabulary, reading strategies, and writing assignments required to the linked content class. They are essentially teaching the language of philosophy, for example. This setup is highly effective for preparing students for their academic rigor of university coursework. With these models in mind, let's quickly summarize the powerful advantages of CBI. Firstly, it dramatically improves motivation. Students are naturally more engaged when they are learning something new and relevant, rather than just conjugating verbs on a worksheet. Secondly, it's a holistic approach. It doesn't just develop language skills, it develops critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration skills, which are essential for academic and professional success. Finally, it offers incredible efficiency by integrating content and language. We accelerate the learning process, essentially achieving two educational goals in time of one. To ensure success, teachers must use specific strategies to bridge the language gap. The key is scaffolding success. We rely heavily on tools like graphic organizers, charts, or mind maps, which help students structure their thoughts visually before they have to articulate them in the target language. We also make frequent use of visual aids like charts, graphs, and images to reduce the cognitive load of processing dense academic text. Crucially, the teacher must provide sentence frames that are prefabricated language structures to help students produce complex sentences, allowing them to focus on the content without struggling with every grammatical detail.
Key challenges. While CBI is powerful, it is not without its difficulties. The primary challenge is the balancing act between content mastery and language mastery. If a lesson is to focus on content, language development may suffer. If it's to focus on language, the content can become superficial. Finding that sweet spot requires significant teacher skill and planning. Other common niches include teacher expertise. Ideally, you need a teacher who is proficient both in language teaching methodology and in the subject matter. This can be difficult to staff. Also, assessment becomes more complex. When a student makes an error, are they being penalized for not knowing the content or for poor grammar? We need rubrics that clarify and assess both elements separately. In conclusion, content-based instruction offers a dynamic and meaningful pathway to language acquisition by turning the language into a tool for real-world learning. It is a highly motivating and academically rigorous approach.